not too long after Tupac passes away,
Yes.
Gaddafi
Yes.
passes away.
Gaddafi passed away. You know, I hate talking about it because his mother, she's still emotional about this. And I notice every time that I bring up an interview and I speak about it, you know, she started doing these posts, you know what I mean? And it got to the point where I realized, I said, you know what, maybe she really get upset when I speak about what really happened. You know, my cousin, you know, side of the story that he told me he was playing with a gun and the accident went off. She doesn't believe that side, you know? So every time I mention it in the interview, she come out and she get upset. And I respect Gaddafi, of course, that's my brother, and his mother, I still have a lot of respect and love for her, even though she said a lot of untrue things about me and things that definitely I had nothing to do with it. But I figured the best way to keep her from doing this and maybe she's still emotional is not even talk about it anymore, you know?
Gotcha. We'll just move on. At one point, you guys kind of become cool with Junior Mafia.
The
and Little
Outlawz,
C's.
yes, they did.
How did all that come together?
I wasn't at that time. I wasn't in the music industry. I spoke with Little C's though. I believe the way it happened, cause Edie Noble had a female friend that he know. You know, he called and Little C's was there, and somehow they got on the phone and started arguing with each other. Little C's and Noble, and after the argument, they both I guess realized like what we really arguing about 20 years later, you know what I mean? And they met up and they got cool. So one day Nob gave me the number, I called Little C's and we spoke, and it was all respect, you know what I mean? We all grew up, we mature, and he lost Biggie, you know, which is like a brother to him. We lost Pac. So I guess Edie and the Outlawz, they did a song with him, because what's the point of just keep going back and forth for no reason? You know what I mean? You gotta grow up.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you know, everybody's grown, you know, probably not living the same type of lifestyle. And,
people got kids now, you know, so.
People died, you know.
People died on both sides, so I think it was mature and a good move for both of them, both sides, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, man. Do you guys still talk, or?
Nah, we don't talk. I talked to him one time, it was respectful. We follow each other on Instagram, you know what I mean? Because I'm not in the music industry and not in that area, I don't get to see anyone, you know what I mean? But he was very respectful when we spoke. He was like, I remember he said something, he's like, you know what's crazy is that we beefing with people and we don't even know what they went through. He's like, I read the story about your mother and father, man, I was shocked. And we looking at it like we beefing with people and we don't know the life that they went through. So, he was respectful.
Overall, when you see people talk about Tupac's legacy, you know, the success he had, the drama that he had, and you know, everything he went through, you know, how do you feel about everything?
I get now, you know, people have entitled to their opinion. You hear people talk a lot of crazy stuff online, you know what I mean? And when I got I'm at an age where I say, okay, that's his opinion, you know what I mean? Before I probably would have tried to handle it differently, but now that I'm trying to raise kids, I really look at it like some people hit me up just the other day. Did you hear what this person said about Pac? What you gonna say? What do you want me to say? Like, I'm 44 years old, I'm trying to raise my kids. I know me. You know what I mean? Like, how can I, you know what I mean? As long as nobody's really being disrespectful violently and trying to bring problems, you got to let people say what they want to say. I can't go to my kids because I'm doing life in prison because I blew somebody's head off and they say, for what? Say, because he made a comment about Tupac. You know what I mean? You got to be mature about this. And then we living in a time where everybody as long as you don't try to harm me or bring no trouble to me and my family, let the people talk. You know what I mean? People gonna talk regardless. You know what I mean? I remember when the internet first, you start reading these comments, it used to affect you. But now you got people purposely know how to troll you. You know what I mean? So you living in a time where I teach that to my kids. You might see all types of people saying all types of stuff on the internet. Doesn't mean you react on it. As long as they're not trying to harm you, you defend yourself. You know what I mean? But when people be writing me, what you expect for me to do? I have a 23-year-old kid. You know what I mean? My other son about to go to college. I blow somebody's head off, spend the rest of my life in prison, because I know what I'm gonna do if it get to that. You know what I mean? So I try to avoid all of that type of stuff.
Yeah, you know? I mean, you know, you definitely can't go chasing down every person.
Crazy pop fans, they want that.
You know.
Yeah.
You know, I seen you post about this a while back, man. You shared a story where Tupac got mad at you because I guess he was bumping E40 and...
Yeah, I told E40 about this. Recently, I spoke to E40 because when we first came around Pac, he used to play E40. E40 was ahead of his time. with his slang words and stuff like that. Pac got a lot of slang words from E40, like you feel me, all that stuff he got from E40. And we didn't. I remember I said something and Pac got mad. Like, you East Coast dudes think y'all the best rappers. Y'all don't know nothing. You know, he took up for E40. He loved 40. I told E40 this. He was happy.
Did you ever hang around Tupac and E40?
Yeah. They was in the studio. Even on the California Love video set, E40 was there.
Oh, okay.
E40, Sebo, all of them be legit. Yeah.
Okay. Spice One has came out too. You know, and kind of
Spice One,
shared
the homie. Yeah, Spice One, the homie.
Side of Tupac's.
Yeah, Spice One really had a lot of love for Pac. And he always been a good friend of Pac. That's my man, Spice One.
You guys have any stories hanging out with him or anything? Or
I don't recall. We did a couple songs with him. He used to come in the studio sometime with us. You know, after Pac died, we did some songs with him. Just always been a good dude, you know?
Oh, okay. Well, what all you got going on now? Now that you're not rapping and, you know what I'm saying, you're more of, you know, more dedicated to your religion and everything.
You know, I live in Saudi Arabia now, I think 11 years. You know, I have I founded a coffee spot that we have 2 spots. I have a smoked brisket restaurant. You know, I'm just trying to raise my kids, stay out the way. Came here now in the summer to visit my family. Other than that, just chilling, man. You know, living in Saudi Arabia, taking it easy. And I'm not on the camel. We got good cars, good houses, good food. You know what I mean? We got Mexican homies out there, Italian Americans. You know what I mean? People get surprised when I tell them it's 80,000 Americans in Saudi Arabia. 80,000. We got everything you can imagine. You know what I mean?
Crazy. I would never imagine that.
Yes, and other than that, you know what I mean? Taking it easy, bro. That's it.
Well, what's it like, you know, difference from America to living over there?
You know, it's very safe, you know, peaceful, and I don't have to look over my shoulder.
Really?
You know, nobody's just, you know what I mean? You can sleep with your doors unlocked. My wife can walk outside 12 o'clock at night, nobody will say a word to her. Wow. You know what I mean? So this is where I live. It's very safe. You know, nobody gonna look at you and pull you over because you black. The police ain't gonna harass you because they the same complexion as me. Like I said, I got homies from East LA, Mexicans that been living over there 20 years. Homies from Compton, from Jersey. A lot of people that, you know, changed their life and wanted to raise their kids or live in a peaceful environment. We moved to Saudi Arabia. You should come visit us, bro.
I might have to.
Come
it sounds
visit.
Sounds like a pretty good place, man.
It is very, very safe.
You know,
very safe.
We don't really hear that side of, you know, other countries and stuff.
Of course,
like
they
that.
don't want you to hear that. You know what I mean? But if you Google, they say the safest countries in the world, majority of the Middle East is very safe. I think Abu Dhabi was voted the safest city in the world. You know?
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you, man. You know, your story is incredible.
Thank you,
know
bro.
What I mean, you know, I'm glad to see you doing good, man.
Appreciate it.
I wish the best for you. You know what I mean? And,
Thank you.
You know, I just appreciate you taking the time, man.
Thanks for having me. We finally made it happen, bro.
Finally, bro.
All right. Thank you, bro.
Sure.
Appreciate that, man.